I'm really having some trouble today. Oh my God. Oh no. What happened, hamster? Well, seems I have misplaced one of my fake cigarettes. Oh God, help us. All right. Well, here we go. ASMR. Exactly 12:02 Central Time, United States of America. March 2nd, 2025. And I was just thinking about this as I'm watching this video from the Aristocrat Utensil, talking about Zelelnsky's little smackdown, you could say. Donald Trump pulled out his big meat and said, hey, my dick's bigger than yours. It's like, yeah, we know. Josborn X is in the building. Hello. And I was just thinking about, there's, how do you start with the history of Europe? And for the better part of the millennia, I was going to say for the better part of 1,000 years, but let's be honest. When us hairless monkeys, when we finally figured out how to walk erect and pick up sticks and rocks and shit, we were trying to kill each other. Well, that's what the entire history of mankind. It's always been about killing the other dude or a woman or whatever, right? It's been forever. Results oriented. Hello, Oro. So I was just thinking about the history of Europe, the history of Russia and the world, the United States, of course, based upon, in large part, the, England back in the day, 600 years ago, 500 years ago, certainly, they were in the business of killing everybody they didn't like, okay? Especially if you were religious of something. It didn't matter. You still believed in, say, Jesus, and you loved the Bible, and you're a Christian, but if you were the wrong kind of Christian, well, you're going to get your head chopped off at the Tower of London, etc. And there are always wars going on, always people getting killed, and thus the Pilgrims are original Americans. Fuck yeah. Came over when they said enough of this bullshit. We don't want to be killed because we don't believe in your thing, Queen Mary or whoever it was at the time. And they said, nah, we're going to go do something else. But I mean, the entire history of Europe, they're always been killing each other for hundreds, if not thousands of years. I mean, you've got obviously the big ones, right? World War I, World War II. Again, World War I seems like to me kind of a stupid one. I don't know what the hell they were trying to do there. But again, all it takes is just a match and the whole fucking thing blows up. One little thing happens, boom, right? World War II, we can certainly understand Hitler and all of these things. But for hundreds of years before that, they've been killing each other, England's going to invade France. France is going to invade England. France is going to invade Russia. We're going to go to war against Spain. We're going to take care of the people in Denmark. I mean, just never ending wars, especially the English. Let's be honest. If they weren't killing the French or trying to, they weren't at war with Spain. They were at war with Scotland, or the Scots and the English get together and try to kill the Irish. I mean, it's just ridiculous. For hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Now, if you didn't see the Tucker Carlson interview with Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, he spent a good 40 minutes going through the history of why there's bad blood, I suppose, between Ukraine and Russia. A lot of reasons, right? Russia wasn't always the big bear as it has grown to become. They were just a little guy at one point, and Poland was the big dog, and then Ukraine was the big dog, and then blah, blah, blah. Austria-Hungary was the big dog, blah, 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 right? Always been at war, trying to kill each other all the time. And so now we are here today, where for the past few years, we had the Russians trying to kill a bunch of Ukrainians trying to kill the Russians back. For what purpose? Well, again, I'm not going to sit here and claim I know all this stuff, because I don't. I follow it. I'm not an expert. at European politics. But I know what I don't like to see is people getting killed for what seems to be, from my American perspective, not a big freaking deal. Now, I know it's a big deal, the Ukrainians and the Russians. I get it. I'm just saying, okay, can't we just talk this thing out? Can we figure something out so we don't have to have everybody getting killed? Hundreds of thousands of people. What can we figure something out, please? And so, as you know, brief history, the Biden administration gave Zelelnskyy a ton of money. There might have been something there. So we gave Ukraine a ton of money. Actually, probably vouchers so they could buy missiles and shit from Lockheed Martin or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you have a bunch of arms, money, support, etc. And now we got a new sheriff in town. Got Donald Trump here. And he said, a part of his campaign promise, he's going to end the war. On day one, of course, it's never going to be day one, but he wants to end this thing because people who aren't paying that much attention, perhaps here in America or other parts of the world, what the fuck are you fighting for here? Can't we sit down and make get a solution? Go, United Nations. Remember all that? United Nations, League of Nations, all that. Apparently, it doesn't work anymore. Now, just from the standpoint that I would rather not die in a nuclear conflagration, I think it's it's in everyone's best interest to not have Russia being pissed off at you. That's right. Not a good idea, because we have Russia, nuclear weapons, etc. Now, is Putin some saint? No, he's a bad guy. He's a tyrant. He's a killer. There's no question about that. But there have been a lot of killers, a lot of tyrants. We had to put up with it. We don't like it, but sometimes you have to be realistic. Now, wouldn't we rather have Vladimir Putin and the Russians as allies? I believe so, yes. I mean, we can do great things in the world. We don't have to kill each other. That would be really good, because I really don't want to die like that. No, I'd rather not. And I don't want to send our young men and some of our women, not all of them, but, some will go to war. I don't think we need boots on the ground in Ukraine. Now, you're going to hear in this clip, Boris Johnson, former prime minister. Well, if we're going to put boots on the ground from the United Kingdom, we better get them boots on the ground. Wait, excuse me. Excuse me. You want to send English troops to Ukraine? Is that right? Dude, does Boris, he's a smart guy. He knows this stuff. He knows Europe has been at war for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Why would you want to pour gasoline on the fucking fire? Can someone help me understand? Is it because, I'm going to show you how big my dick is? Well, that's nice. Good for you. Good for you. Anyway, the the Aristocrat Utensil has some comments on the this was there. There's no other way to put this, man. This was a beatdown.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
Okay. The president is Zelensky's right. We are somewhat insulated from the rest of the world. We got two big old oceans and a Gulf of America. Fuck yeah. Yes. We are somewhat isolated from the rest of the world, and certainly Europe. As you know, we had to be dragged kicking and streaming to get into World War I and World War II. We didn't want to do that. Roosevelt basically told Churchill, nah, have a nice day. Enjoy your war. Until the Japanese, the Empire of Japan, bombed Pearl Harbor, and that gave Roosevelt the excuse to Anyway, and then Hitler declared war on America, All right. So, yes, we are somewhat isolated from the wars in Europe. That's exactly why the United States was founded. We didn't want anything to do with the fucking Europeans always trying to kill each other. So President Zelenskyy is correct.
God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know that.
bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
Okay. You heard you heard the president, Trump, unzipping his cock right there, didn't you? Let's listen to it again. Let me get it back on the screen here.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You
God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Oh my God. I mean, you could say he was bitch slapped, but I think it's much worse.
We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly.
Whoa!
Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
Ouch.
Exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You fucked up. You fucked up big time.
I wonder if he likes the sweat of Donald Trump's cock all over his fucking head. Ooh-wee, baby.
Ooh, it's a new world now. Apparently.
New sheriffs in town there. Aristocrat Utensil. Link is in the description down below.
I'm thinking of making intros like that as a staple of my videos. Don't know yet. We'll see. Now, for those of you who have been asleep at the wheel for the last 24 hours or so, the rat king of cocaine, allegedly, Zelenskyy, wannabe dictator of Ukraine, went to the White House with President Trump and VP Vance.
Exactly, SCE. Don't mess with Trump when he's wearing a red tie. Oh, he wears a red tie all the time. Exactly.
Apparently to sign some other mineral deal with America.
Yeah. Donald Trump basically said, hey, yo, we gave you $300 billion. We want something back. Oh, but the oceans.
To say it didn't go well would be quite the understatement.
I think
appears to have become an international incident, one that will live in infamy. Well, for that.
Let's not give too much credit to Americans.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President.
I mean, a lot of people had questions about Vance. I think he's a worthy successor to Donald Trump here. Listen to this guy. I love it.
And I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Are you bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
Do you think, sir, Mr. President,
your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of nice ocean, and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
And that's exactly what Donald Trump is trying to prevent. If I might be so bold. That's why Americans voted for this guy. We don't want Ukraine and Russia fighting and killing each other. We don't want wars in the Middle East. We don't want any of this bullshit. Donald Trump, here's the goddamn keys to the White House. Take care of the problem. Now, President Zelenskyy, he knows he's in a shit position here. These guys probably had and again, I'm no expert here. I'm just speculating. They probably had a couple of meetings prior to this little press conference. And Trump said, look, Zelenskyy, you're not going to get anything that you want. You got to stop the fucking war. We're going to get the minerals. You're going to give up some land to Russia, and it's over. And Zelensky said, I get it, right? He's the president of the country. I don't want to give up my land. I know you don't, but you're going to. You're going to give up the land to Russia, and you're going to make fucking peace, and you're going to do it right away with a ceasefire. You're going to stop the fucking fighting right now, and we're going to work out a deal. You're not going to like it. Putin's not going to like it. Nobody's going to be happy, but the fucking war is going to end. Or words like that. And then Donald Trump zipped up his cock, and they sat down here in front of the press. I would guess something like that is what happened.
God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 80, 90 million people in the United States. And I even think the Democrats who didn't vote for Trump, they don't want the war in Ukraine. We don't want Ukrainians killing Russians and Russians killing Ukrainians. What's the fucking point? Oh, there's some land over here. Okay, give them the fucking land. Get it over with. Jesus, you're not going to win this thing. Now, if Russia and Putin really wanted to, remember now, remember World War II. Do you remember that? Of course. The Russians defeated Nazi Germany. The Nazis, along with our help, of course. They were the first to Berlin. With our help, with our aid, with our tanks and shit, and their tanks and their planes and their millions of fucking soldiers from Russia, Russians, the patriots, defeated Hitler. Do you think, Mr. Zelensky, President Zelensky, if Putin wanted to put 10 million men on your border, do you think he couldn't do that? Just saying. Just saying.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
Bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
Now, Donald Trump just ripped this guy a new asshole. Kind of like Father Saunders after a crazy Saturday night in Nebraska, after the corn gets,
Of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now.
Donald Trump is not lying. Zelensky doesn't have shit right now.
We're going to feel.
Of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards. Right now, you don't have your playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people.
You think
You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
And that's all we need to talk about right there. You're gambling with the entire destruction of the world. Mr. Zelensky, President Zelensky. The entire world for a few acres of land. Mm-hmm.
You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
Now, one can make the argument, and I think sufficiently and correctly, this probably wasn't the proper forum for this fucking smackdown, but it is what it is. And Donald Trump is not wrong. He might be uncouth and he's a beast and oh my God, he's just not presidential. Well, I think President Zelensky got the fucking message. Would you agree?
And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No.
Almost unfair, really.
A lot of people said they should have.
But you come to the United States with hat in hand, give me money. Could you at least pretend to be grateful for it? Just at least pretend, even if you're not. Could you please?
You said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October, and the president who's trying to save your country.
Kind of an important little part of it, isn't it? President Trump and the United States, we're trying to save your freaking country. President Zelelnskyy, could you at least be a little fucking thankful? Now, I'm not expecting this guy to come in and just, suck Donald Trump's cock. But a little bit of gratitude would be nice. Thank you. Hey, we really appreciate it. Let's sit down. I know you're the leadership we've been waiting for. We're going to fix this. We're going to have a ceasefire, all this stuff. No. Amazing.
Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this.
Mm-hmm.
You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President.
I mean, it's a fucking gold mine.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks.
Whoa. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Did you hear what President Zelelnskyy just said? Just contemplate this for a moment. Go
strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone.
You've been alone. Mm-hmm.
And we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't been
in this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
In this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
$350 billion. That's not a loan, is it? We
gave you military equipment. The men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
the men are brave, and they should not be killing each other. That would be really good. So why don't we get a ceasefire? But my land, fuck the land. Sorry. World War III, hundreds of billions of people dead because you don't want to give up a few acres of land. Dude, bro, come on now.
If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin.
He was right. Putin is an evil tyrant. He's a bloodthirsty murderer. There's no question about that. But he's absolutely correct. This war would have been over. If Putin wanted this war to end tomorrow, he would bring in 5 million Russians, put them at the border, take the country over. Just like that. So what does that mean? Well, to me, not being a real smart guy and all, it means he wants something. He wants to come to an agreement about something. Might be some land, might be this, who knows? Donald Trump can smell it. He knows there's something in the air. And Zelelnskyy, I hate to say it, Mr. President, you're just going to have to bend over and fucking take it. We're not going to nuke the world because of this little thing. But can we get the killing to stop? Can we do that? Can we start with a ceasefire? Can we get
in 3 days?
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements out in the American media when you're wrong.
Yeah. Let's just sit down and talk it out. It seems to me, again, I'm no expert here, but President Zelelnskyy, he's got to get a fucking reality check here. The United States, I pray to God, we're not going to nuke the fucking world over Ukraine. Neither is Russia. If they wanted to nuke it, they would have done it already. Nobody wants that. Putin might be an evil, murdering dictator thug, but he doesn't want to destroy the world. Go on.
We are buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I go, and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying.
Exactly. How hard is that? Okay, President Putin, we're going to stop shooting. We stop shooting too. We talk. Okay, let's go.
You meant stuff.
Yes, you got to kill more Ukrainians and Russians. What's the fucking point?
We want to stop the war,
but you're saying you don't want to ceasefire. But I said to you, I want to ceasefire.
He wants to stop the war, but he doesn't want to give anything up. Is my take on it. And again, I might be wrong.
Because you get it. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
All right. I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television. I will say that.
Yep.
Now, let me just wind the clock back to how the hell we got here.
All right.
Professor John Mearsheimer predicted a Russian demolishing of Ukraine all the way back in the middle of the last decade.
Yeah.
And prior to Mearsheimer, it was foreshadowed by George Kennan, the American statesman responsible for the Soviet containment program during the Cold War, when America decided to expand NATO for some reason after the dissolution of the Soviet Union.
Right.
Essentially saying, what the hell are you doing, you absolute spastics? No one was threatening anybody else.
Exactly. And I mean, look at, again, I'm no expert, but you're going to park hundreds of nuclear missiles on the border of Russia if Ukraine gets to be a part of NATO. Now, I know that's sort of old school, right? They don't have to be in Ukraine. They could be anywhere, and it's bad, right? What would you do? What would you think we should do if, say, the Chinese, for example, had influence in Mexico to the point where the Chinese put 150 nuclear missiles on the border with Mexico? What the fuck do you think we'd do? Do you have any idea? Can you see it a little bit from Putin's perspective here? We don't need that, right? I don't blame him. Remember what happened during the Cuban Missile Crisis, right? We almost went to nuclear fucking war because Khrushchev put some missiles in Cuba, 90 miles away. How did we resolve that? Do you remember? Well, we had a NATO ally in Turkey, didn't we? And we put hundreds of missiles on the Turkish border, right up near Russia. Well, we decided to say, you know what? We'll take those missiles away if you take your shit out of Cuba. Done. See how this works? We don't need to nuke the world, man. We can come up with something here.
To expand a military alliance all the way to the Russian border, the bear will use hard power to knock you off. And the reaction will be, well, we always told you Russia will be like that. And no one will honestly examine how the hell they got to this point.
What would we do if Canada decided to be part of the Chinese whatever, right? And we have 500 nuclear missiles aimed at us from just north of the Montana border. What would we do?
I was never one to believe in the whole, the anti-NATO argument is the Putin talking point, when the whole not 1 inch east phrase that was used by then Secretary of State James Baker, referring to NATO expansion, was used in a meeting with Gorbachev. The argument for many being, well, that was a guarantee to the Soviet Union, not Russia, and therefore bollocks to him. As if any sovereign nation isn't going to take that kind of weaselly wording as a threat that you are now going to expand militarily and eventually take aim at Russia. Seeing as America's government is full of aging boomers that have all been blue balled from a lack of direct military action, their solar cells have been drooling over for the better part of almost half a damn century.
Again, the aristocrat here is from, I believe, South Africa. So he's sort of a neutral party, so to speak, between America and the Russians.
Mind you, this was about 10 years before Putin was even in power. Instead of heeding the words of George Kennan, the American government, hey, look, let's just make this our foreign policy for the next 30 freaking years.
Yeah.
Their reasoning against the NATO explanation is completely divorced from reality as well. What Putin is going to expend resources and manpower to invade and conquer Ukraine, expend more resources and manpower holding Ukraine, all the while Poland, a NATO nation, is now on his doorstep, and he is going to expend even more resources and power yet again invading Poland, triggering Article 5 and likely starting a third world war.
Why?
What insane world do these deranged maniacs live in? Fact of the matter is, George Kennan has been completely vindicated because during all of this, anyone that was even vaguely familiar with history or tried to understand the Russian perspective was called Putinsim.
Yeah, of course, yeah. We're gargling on Putin's cock. No, I would rather not have the entire world go up in a nuclear conflagration. That would be a good thing. I'd rather not have that happen. You know what I'm saying? I think we kind of agree there.
And test this, by the way. Russia is old and seasoned. Its people are tough. And the one thing you can admire about Russia...
Remember Stalingrad?
...is its age. Whether you like it or not, the great Russian bear is to be respected.
I mean, look... I mean, when you look at history, European history, we talked about it a little bit, but yeah, Napoleon going in. We're going to take Russia over, right? You got the Nazis. We're going to take Russia over. Nothing has ever taken over Russia in recent history over the last several hundred years. Nothing. Even the fucking Nazis. Just consider that for a minute.
The lead up and reaction to and during all of this has been nothing short of surreal. The 2014 Euromaidan, Victoria Nuland, and the overthrowing of Yanukovych, the Biden dealings with Burisma, Joe boasting about using aid as leverage to get the Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin fired, the one they claim was corrupt. Meanwhile, he was just so happened to be investigating the company that his son Hunter was sitting on, despite having no experience whatsoever.
Wait a minute. I bet we can issue a pardon, right?
Which was totally not a conflict of interest, even as Biden used his executive powers to pardon all of his son's crimes, going conveniently all the way back to 2014. You know, after he repeatedly denied that he planned to do so.
Right.
And don't even get us started on Nord Stream's destruction. Now, you will recall that during the previous administration, when Putin charged through, this actor turned puppet gimp was propped up, lionized, and his ass kissed by American and European heads of state. Paraded through Congress he was. For some reason, we must now all give a massive shit about Russia supposedly violating the sovereignty of Ukraine, even as both Europe and America experience ungodly amounts of violation of its own territorial integrity.
Yeah, well, there is that. See, the Europeans went from sending massive armies to other European countries to kill everybody to, why don't we just keep the army home? We'll send people. Oh, my God. Go
ahead. Flags appeared in bios. Hashtag I stand with Ukraine. You know, up until a certain country in the Middle East decided to stand up and do some shit. Good luck to you, rat boy. You're yesterday's news now. Anyone remember how quickly that whole ordeal became the new current thing? It was practically overnight. Again, totally surreal. However, Zelelnskyy, high on his own farts and probably some other stuff as well, courtesy from the Bidens, no doubt, doesn't seem to register he's talking to a new administration.
He's using a little bit of that Bolivian marching powder.
Apparently, he was sent there via Starmer and Macron to essentially rope the Americans into a guaranteed deal with Ukraine. Oh, yeah, and also this twat.
Everybody knows there's a
look, it's Boris Johnson
minerals deal on the table today, right? Yeah. And I think it has every prospect of being signed. And frankly, I think it should be signed.
I kind of like his hair, though. You know, All about that hair.
Because it commits the United States in black and white to a free, sovereign, and secure Ukraine. So what we need now is everybody to be serious and to get real and to listen to what Trump is actually saying and doing and proposing. He said he doesn't mind UK troops on the ground in Ukraine. That's great. Well, then we need to make that real.
I'm sorry. Did I misunderstand what the Prime Minister just said? let me go back a little bit.
He's saying and doing and proposing. He said he doesn't mind UK troops on the ground in Ukraine.
Sorry,
That's great.
Well, let's make that real.
On the ground in Ukraine. That's great. Well, then we need to make that real.
So whoa. Am I hearing this correctly? Boris Johnson, former prime minister. Well, we should put UK troops on the ground in Ukraine. Excuse me. Excuse me. You want to send young men in the English army to Ukraine, and we've got to make that happen?
On the ground in Ukraine? That's great. Well, then we need to make that real.
Well,
U.S. is committed.
That doesn't sound good to me. If I were a young British soldier, I certainly wouldn't want to be sent to fucking Ukraine. Excuse me. What?
And white to a free, secure, sovereign Ukraine. You can't have a sovereign country without the ability to decide which clubs you're going to belong to. Sovereign country can remain committed to joining NATO.
I mean, do these people even know what they're talking about? You know, all due respect, Mr. Prime Minister, this is not moving pieces on a chessboard. This is real lives you're talking about here. These are Ukrainians and Russians, and you're advocating for English troops to go into Ukraine. Really? It's not a fucking game. What are you talking about?
That's sovereignty. Sovereign country can remain free to allow whatever troops it wants to come on its soil.
And so you, well, with no cost to you, of course, he's not the prime minister anymore, but no cost to the elites in the English government to send young men to die in Ukraine. I must be missing something.
To support it. That's sovereignty. Now, Putin can...
Or perhaps I'm not.
Never accept that. The US has already committed to that. I think Putin is ultimately going to fail and Ukraine is going to succeed.
The Russians are going to fail. Got it.
That was apparently a few days ago. I don't know what on earth a drunken git's been guzzling lately. He's completely delusional. If you're beholden to another nation for your defense, you don't have sovereignty. He's insane. What's bizarre, though, is how he framed the whole deal as a commitment to joining NATO, which the Americans are...
I don't know about... Hey, I'm not sure it's a banker war. I think it's just... I think we're in the age of fucking retarded, stupid people. They see things on a spreadsheet, and they don't understand what's happening underneath it. Oh, well, we can send 100,000 troops to Ukraine. Yeah. Well, that's 100,000 humans. What the fuck are you talking about?
Waited to, which is not true, and Trump himself even said so, taking questions a few days ago. NATO, you can forget about.
What concessions would you like to see?
Oh, I don't want to tell right now, but I can tell you that NATO you can forget about.
I mean, again, not being an expert at this, but if we've got nuclear weapons, I don't know, in Turkey or in fucking Germany, that's close enough. Why do we got to get Ukraine involved here? Just saying.
I think that's probably the reason the whole thing started.
Now, keep in mind, Boris isn't the only establishment shill pushing this bloodthirsty warmongering.
Right.
Even if the UK is the only country in the world supporting Ukraine, we should keep supporting them. Why, hello, Lord Farquaad. They are on the front lines of our defense. Their sons and daughters are fighting and dying for our freedom. We should be thanking them.
I mean, the concept that Boris Johnson so casually, oh, well, if we're going to have troops on the, we better get them young men over. What the fuck are you talking about? Why? Why do you think it's acceptable to throw a bunch of young English men to Ukraine? What the fuck am I missing here?
How the hell does that make any sense, you fucking psychopath?
It doesn't make sense.
But anyway, back to Zelenskyy.
I mean, what? Oh, excuse me, our dicks are bigger than yours. Is that what we're into here? Another dick measuring contest? How many hundreds of millions of people have died over the last century because of dick measuring contests? Think about that.
All things considered, apparently Trump was not a fan of this deal, and he may have been saying behind the scenes, let's see if we can rile him up a bit. They laid the bait, and the Rat King took the cheese, left with his tail tucked between his legs in a rather undignified manner.
Yeah.
It appears to have worked as well, because even I've never seen a war that didn't give me a hard on John McCain 2.0, Lindsey Graham, all the support from Zelenskyy.
Did you hear that? Even Lindsey Graham said, fuck this. And he's never met a war he didn't like.
Give me a hard on John McCain 2.0, Lindsey Graham, pull the support from Zelenskyy. If even he is no longer backing you, you are seriously screwed.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
No. What Trump is saying and not saying it is that, shut the fuck up, little boy. We're going to solve your fucking problem. And whatever we decide to do, you're going to shake your head. Yes, North and South. Thank you, Mr. President. Now, of course, Trump didn't. He probably says that behind closed doors, but that's what he means. It's like, look, you little fuck. We're going to solve your fucking problem. Shut up. There you go.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
Of the war.
You're not in a good position.
You've been getting cornholed by Russia for 3 years. Hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian men and probably hundreds of thousands of Russians dead. For what? What's the fucking point?
I have the cards right now.
Shut up, little man, and let Daddy Trump figure out your fucking problem.
With us, you start having cards.
And you're going to say, thank you, Daddy.
Right now, you don't. You're playing cards.
And I'm sure he hates that. But that's the way it's going to go. Now, Zelenskyy is just going to have to come to accept that particular thing because that's the way this is going to work. You shut the fuck up. We'll take care of the problem. Go home.
Yes, brother.
You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people.
No, sir. Excuse me. You're lucky you're even here, in my opinion. A better way to do this would be we had a meeting with President Zelenskyy and thus and such, and here the deal is ceasefire, blah, blah, blah. And don't even let him in the room or just have him over in the corner with no mic shaking his head. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you.
You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
Yep.
And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
And the fucking world. Think about it. 8 billion people nuked because of a few acres of land in Ukraine. Think about that.
It's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Your country is in big trouble. Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not.
You certainly do, Mr. President.
winning this.
I don't know what world Zelenskyy lives in, but publicly disrespecting your sponsors after you've got, what, over $200 billion of aid, who the hell knows where that aid even went?
Yeah.
You're on the verge of using the equipment from...
Well, it's not cash. It's Lockheed Martin vouchers.
From that very same sponsor.
We all know
you're acting like you're in any position to make any kind of demands. Never mind arrogance. That's just a level of retarded that I can't even fathom. That's why people said he must have been on drugs, because that's a level of stupidity that is just jaw-dropping. Well, I
mean, that'd be a good excuse if we could... Well, he was just high on cocaine, so it's all right.
People were wondering who the hell is really pulling his strings or what financial powers are backing him, because Europe simply doesn't have the muscle to fight Putin. And Europe better realize that, and quick. Because the harsh reality that Europe doesn't want to face is NATO is on its knees, and Putin has won. He holds all the cards. Zelenskyy better play ball or else he's gone.
Exactly. I mean, it's just that simple. It's like, Mr. President, you're not going to like it, but you're going to take it. And that's...
American population can't stand him, especially after he appeared like an ungrateful, spoiled brat with the entitlement of a trust fund baby. Forget about going back to the 2014 borders. That's done.
He was acting like a woman and everything.
As is NATO. It is now off the table. Russia weathered the storm. They withstood the sanctions. The narrative of Zelenskyy as Churchill and Vlad Mustache Man has collapsed and failed miserably. The Russian bear did not.
So what do you guys think? Yeah. I think Mr. Zelenskyy is, well, he's not going to like it. But that's going to be what it is. Sorry. We're going to end the war. We're going to stop this bullshit. There's no reason for it that anyone can think of a valid reason for it. I think we're all better off when we're friendly. Even if you've got to give up a little bit of shit you don't want to. That's my take. But what do I know? I'm stupid. All right. We'll share one more here. Why is that, hamster? Well, got to tell you, because I got some more beer. Oh, no. Yes. Mr. Hamster stocked up on the brewskis. Oh, my God. Where is it? All right, here it is. Yeah, another fucking ad. Go. Yeah,
My house.
A house?
Oh my God, all by yourself. It's so unusual being a woman buying her house at herself. Oh my God. Feminism.
Big commitment. Hey, dating in Chicago is interesting because as much as you think it's a big city with plenty of options and so many people to date, it's really not.
I'm a busy professional.
No, I agree, SE. Yeah. But I mean, he's a tyrannical, brutal, dictating, murdering fucking thug. But do we really want to nuke the world over Ukraine, a few acres of land around the Donbass or whatever? No, that's not going to happen. Sorry.
I do real estate. I own another business on the side.
Beer. I just got back from a date and clearly it was not a success. I went to a singles event last night, so I did it. I went out with a Zillow man and I will not ever be seeing this guy again.
I just had the shortest date of my life.
So I had a date last night and I woke up today feeling completely ill.
Yeah, guys, just look at the difference between her with makeup on and her without makeup on.
Part 1 of my fairy tale romance that was so perfect until it wasn't. Part 3, Part 4, Part 8, Part 10, Part 12, Part 15, Part 17, Part 19,
well, isn't
Part
she a cutie?
Part 567,000.
No, I know Brandon, like for example, Brandon Trueblood. He used to live in Ukraine, right? And he's got a buddy that comes in and does D&D. And they're all going to say the same thing. Hamster, you don't know shit. You're right, I don't. But I do know I don't want to nuke the world for a few acres of land. And I think Ukrainians and Russians should stop shooting each other. I think I'm in good I think I'm in a good place there.
123. Put a finger down if you went on the most epic single girl European vacation this summer.
Oh my God. She had one of those eat, pray, and love tours.
Met a ton of dudes, but one in
A ton of dudes. Oh, I bet you
particular
did.
Stuck out. You knew instantly right away that this was the man for you. You lived this whole fairy tale dream. You shouted it to the fucking mountaintops that everyone knew that this was your guy. He promised you the world. He came to visit. You spent the best week together. He wanted to meet your family. He goes cook for your family. He tells you, we can't wait to spend our life together, amore. I'm going to be back in 2 weeks, amore. I can't wait to see you. Then goes home and goes completely MIA.
I can't wait to ghost you, amore.
Look at me, sad, confused, angry.
Oh my God. It's terrible. How can it even be? It's terrible. My name's Father Saunders here. I was in the military, and best part about the military was the corn cobs, you wipe your ass with there in Iraq. I like to shove them in just a little bit more. Saunders, by the way, is going to be at the meetup in St. Louis.
I know I'm no Megan Fox for our generation. I can live with that. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Fine. Okay. But if you come up to me,
she's aight. She's aight. She's aight. I'd give her my corn cob. You know what I mean? Oh my God. The wall.
you tap me on my shoulder, and when I turn around, you audibly go, "Whoa, never mind."
Let me be so clear when I say this. If you marry a man solely for money, you will pay for it for the rest of your life.
Contrary to popular belief, most women that work in male-dominated trades are not a bunch of angry man-haters. In fact, we prefer working with men over women.
Apparently there's a
I understand that. Yeah.
debate on which gender is more toxic.
Why are you so evil?
And all I can say is
I know.
You don't see husbands on this app bashing their wives.
Fair enough.
For sympathy and likes.
Mm-hmm. But you do see women doing
from
it.
other men.
Yeah.
You only see women do that.
We're all the normal people. In my case, I mean like normal guys to date. I feel like I'm just normal. I don't do anything crazy.
Ma'am, you make videos and then you post them on TikTok.
I am so normal. Oh my God. What does it say? Cowboy hookah. Spit on that thing. Hyperhidrosis heartache. Yeah. Super wet. Is that what Brandon meant? Oh my God. He's terrible. How could he? It was pretty good, though. The art was really good.
That's not normal.
I'm just like a good person. I like to do fun things. I'm kind. Sure, I have a TikTok or whatever, but like in general, I'm pretty normal. I feel like all my friends growing up were really normal. It's like, where are the normal people? I just want like a normal guy.
Last night, I was talking to this guy, and he was like, well, what I'm really looking for is a chill girl who's just always down to have a good time, willing to grab a couple of beers, watch some football, go fishing. So I said, my dude, it sounds like you want a boyfriend. And then he blocked me.
Yeah, I have to agree. You shouldn't expect women to like everything you like. We are totally different. We like different things. But social media has brainwashed men and women into thinking that we are the same, my guy. We're not. You're looking for a guy friend, not for a woman.
He definitely wanted a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Any girl would agree with me on this. A situationship.
He wanted a boyfriend without a dick. So that would. I mean, she's not
for a woman.
Then again, my standards are pretty low, but I'd smash her.
He definitely wanted a boyfriend.
I'd give her my little mini carrot.
Yeah.
Any girl would agree with me on this. A situationship and breaking off a situationship hurts a lot. Fucking
right up the poop. My name is Father Saunders, and I got a corn cob up my ass, and I like it.
more than an ending of a relationship, in my opinion.
Corn huskers over here in Nebraska.
Yeah, of course, man. Because
we like to harvest corn, and shit.
That guy didn't want a relationship with you from the start. You see, that's why women hate the nice guy, because the nice.
I found my other fake cigarette. It was in my pocket. Who's the idiot now, hamster? Well,
this guy is clean because the nice guy wants to spend all his time with her, because the nice guy wants to do everything to please her. That guy doesn't care, doesn't want to be with her. He just wanted sex from her. That's why she likes him. That's why women want those guys even more. Because they want something that they can't have. Why doesn't he want me?
They want the hot beef injection.
So much ambiguity.
No. Yeah, so much ambiguity. He just doesn't show his emotional thing. But yeah, it's because he doesn't have any emotions for you. There you go. Look at that. There it is. I got a dust problem here. Definitely have a dust problem. Yeah. Thought I fixed this earlier. It's not. Turn that down a little bit. Do that. Oh my God. Yes. Jesus Christ is Lord.
No closure. Were we ever anything in the first place? What are we even cutting off?
Yeah, guys, see all those questions? They have all those questions just because that guy doesn't care. And that guy is distant. That guy is detached. That's what women like.
That no contact. There's just so many. There's too much gray area.
Yeah, no, there's no gray area there at all. If the guy really digs you for more than just a fuck, he'll text you. The problem is you're going for men who are way above your freaking league. And you just like, oh my God, I'm going to catch this wild Mustang and I'm going to tame him. And you're not. And you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again with the same result. Isn't that insanity?
Give me money. We're not together, but give me money. I barely even know you, but give me money. I'm a fully able-bodied person capable of getting my own money, but I want yours.
I want your money.
And if you don't give me your money, I'm
and your pussy.
Make it seem like there's something wrong with you for holding on to your dollars that you earned. And when you give me money, I'm never going to pay you back. I'm going to act like you might have a chance of sleeping.
I mean, does this actually happen? Where some woman comes up to you, it's like, hey, easy. Or, hey, SCE, can you spiff me a couple of grand? I'll pay you. Who would do that? You know, who would give her the money? It's like, not this hamster. No, that's not going to happen. But thank you for asking. Appreciate it. Can I get a Hummer? Can I
with me or being my man just so I can get your money? And the only time I'm ever going to show you any real affection is when I want your money.
No, once you get past the age of 35, like you don't
35, huh?
even care about like the expensive or lavish dates anymore.
Well, you don't care about them because you don't get them anymore. There is that.
You're just happy to go on a date with a man who doesn't have like a secret girlfriend, wife, or family.
Yeah.
Like that.
Could be because the guys that you really want to fuck are already taken by other people. I know.
Go on a date with a man who doesn't.
They shouldn't be because I'm me and everything is great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, gravity shouldn't work when I don't want it to either. So there you go.
Doesn't have like a secret girlfriend, wife, or family. Like that's it. That's the standard.
I see. Okay, so you're going for men who are in the top 5%. Tall, good looking, 6-pack, all that shit. And you expect them to be, I guess, not involved with other women when 90% of women are going for them?
So, Jasmine, what's the most important thing you've learned so far through Zora?
I want to create a country where there is only women.
Women. She is speaking the Spanish, very, very gendered language. And so she knows what women means and woman. There's a difference. Yeah, go on. Like hombre or amigo, amiga. There's, oh God.
And Asian.
Occasionally you get like the neutral, like cerveza, right?
Like
taco.
Jasmine land. Man.
This is going to be a wild take and it's going to be like 20 steps back for feminism, but I feel like my amazing personality gets in the way of people seeing how hot I am.
I'm sure that's what it is, sweetie. I'm certain. That's exactly what it is. I'm so glad you figured it out.
If you're perceived.
No, ma'am, that's not true. See, a woman that has an amazing personality is also humble. She doesn't feel the need to make a TikTok video.
Now, all due respect, Mr. Manosphere, Romanian guy, by the way. A woman who has a fantastic personality, in my life experience, generally isn't that good looking. Why do you say that, hamster? Well, let me tell you. Because the good looking ones don't have to develop a personality. I've said my piece.
And post it about how amazing she is.
As a feminine woman, you have more persuasive power over men.
Of course.
If you act submissive, you have more of a chance to persuade a man than if you are more bossy,
bitchy,
aggressive, shrill, as they call it.
Right.
Yeah, of course. Because a guy, when he sees that you're aggressive or bossy, he just wants to run away.
We just don't need it. I mean, we spend 8 or 10 hours a day at work getting bitched at and bossed around by bitches and bosses. And we come home. No one needs that. No one.
He just wants to leave you alone.
Yeah.
If you embody the qualities of what's perceived great in a man, that penalizes you as a woman. So you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't.
I have been on 73 dates in 2024. I am.
If you do and damned if you don't.
I have been on 73 dates in 2024. I am still single.
73 dates in 1 year. 73. Oh, hamster, let me do that quick math in my head here. That's 1.5 dates per week. 73 dates in 1 year.
You don't.
I have been on 73 dates in 2024. I am still single with no roster to show.
73 dates, guys.
73 dates in 1 year.
But somehow they keep telling us that they have it worse than men.
73 dates in 1 year. A free meal and drinks every week. 73. I haven't been on 73 dates in my entire fucking life. How about you guys? And they think they have it so hard. It's amazing. Go ahead.
73 dates.
Go for it.
When I first met my husband, he didn't have money at all. There are plenty of women out
there. Let's see if we can figure out what words this young lady is not saying Can we take it?
They have it worse than men. 73 dates.
Go for it.
When I first met my husband, he didn't have money at all.
So she first met her husband back when she was dating. He didn't have money at all. I wonder what he had. Are there a few things in here she's not
There are
saying?
plenty of women out there would appreciate honesty, at least for
Honesty is such a lonely word. Honesty.
plenty of women out there would appreciate honesty. At least for me, I find it hella attractive. If a man says,
You find it hell attractive.
I really like you. I'd like to take
I mean, even the Asian ladies are getting corrupted by this Western fucking nonsense. I find it so hell attractive. What?
you on a nice date, but this
Nice date. Okay. Nice date. What does that mean?
I really like you. I'd like to take you on a nice date.
In other words, he is paying for the date. Mm-hmm.
But this month I only have this much budget. Even like Taco Bell or In and Out, whatever. I want to get to know you, but this is all I could afford. My priority is paying off student loans for this and that. Would you still interested to go on date with me? I'm like, yeah.
So what is being unsaid here by this young, lovely, maybe Korean woman? This Korean women? Well, aside from the fact that he was broke as fuck, he was going to school to become a doctor. And he was tall and good looking. He had a big old dick and the six pack and the 666. So a lot of guys perhaps, maybe, think that she's talking about you. No. She's not talking about us, boys. We all know that, right? So there's that unsaid bit always. The unsaid things. And we're going to get to a redhead here shortly that
that
exemplifies that.
That's very, very attractive to me.
Where are the men that give princess treatment? Because
there she is.
I'm telling you now.
Does have an annoying fucking voice, but I could probably overlook it.
Very attractive to me.
Where are the men that give princess treatment? Because
An English girl. Oh my God.
I'm telling you now, I am not going near another man who doesn't give me princess treatment. I'm sorry.
Now. Let's look at what she actually said.
Treatment, because I'm telling you now, I am not going near another man who doesn't give me princess treatment. I'm sorry.
I'm not going near another 6-pack 666 Italian stud ever again, unless he cares about me. You talk about the average bloke, average working man from Liverpool? No. We're talking about a Saudi Arabian prince. If that man doesn't give me the treatment, well, okay. I mean, you are kind of cute, but are you really that cute? I'd give her my full hamster.
Sorry.
But ma'am, you're not a princess, so how can somebody treat you as a princess if you're not?
It's not happening, darling, because I want someone who literally is obsessed with me.
As long as he's got the 3 6s and a lot of money and a Lamborghini. Oh no, I'm not that kind of girl. I'll go for the working class blokes. Bullshit. No. Now she's pissed that some Kuwaiti fucking prince didn't treat her like a princess, right?
Worships the grounds I walk on. Literally.
Any man would worship the ground you walked on. But you don't want any man, do you? But you're not going to say it, right?
He kisses my feet.
That would make me seem so shallow and shit. What's wrong with saying what you want? You don't have to hide it. You don't have to lie to us. We all know you want the 666 Italian stud. I get it. If I were a chick, I'd want that too. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to just pretend here on my TikTok that it's all men, all blokes working down at the Tesco or whatever in England, whatever you guys have there. You know, working down at the docks on the Thames. You don't want those men, but those men would treat you exactly like you're asking to be treated, but you don't want those men. You want the Saudi prince.
This is why I tell you guys,
and the Saudi prince is being pursued by 99.7% of women in the world. So I guess you're going to have to up your game, sweetie, to get all that stuff.
Always listen to the fisherman, not the fish. They want somebody to be obsessed with them, but that's not actually true. As the previous woman said about the situation.
Wait a minute. Is my favorite English girl in the chat Elizabeth Hobson? Hats off, Hobson. Good morning.
Women like distant men.
She's a redhead, too.
Women want men that they know they can't have. They don't like clingy men. They don't.
They want clingy men if they are of the top shelf. The 99%, 99.7%. The Kuwaiti prince or the Saudi prince with the headdress on there. Hey, they look hot. I get it. The Italian guy. I understand. I'm not completely without hey, you know, all right, I get it. But they're not going to treat you like this because they don't have to. Do you understand?
Don't like simps that do everything for them. They don't.
I mean, you think some Dubai, you know, shit master on some yacht pays you to come out there? Do you think that this Dubai prince is going to marry you up? Are you fucking serious? Because that whole scarcity thing works for men too. Oh, she won't come out here. Oh my God, that's attractive. Oh my God.
They don't. Just ask her about her ex. Oh, well, my ex was toxic. Yeah. She will never say, oh, well, my ex was a simp. No.
Literally kisses my feet. How you doing, baby?
They don't like simps.
Now, I'm just going to take a guess here. It's a swag. I bet if I came to you and said, hey, sweetie, can I kiss your feet in the morning? That's not really what you mean, is it? Nope.
They just keep them around for their money or for some benefit.
I literally want kisses on my toes, all right?
Hey.
That is exactly what I want.
I literally want kisses on my toes, eh?
I don't think it's normal to be...
I mean, she's, you know, hey. I'm still a man, you know, even though I'm fucking old. It's like, yeah, all right.
Nonchalant. No, I don't want someone who's just, yeah, you're kind of pretty. No, I want you to literally.
What is it about the English girls, though? I don't know what the accent just gets me every time. It's like, excuse me, can you say nonchalant again, please?
No, I don't want someone who's just, yeah, you're kind of pretty. No, I want you to literally, as soon as I wake up, I want you to.
She broke into the American accent. Do you see that?
What I want. I don't think it's normal to be nonchalant.
No, please say it again.
That is exactly what I want. I don't think it's normal to be nonchalant. No, I don't want someone who's just, yeah, you're kind of pretty. No.
Oh, my God. An English redhead pretending to be an American.
Normal to be nonchalant.
I mean, I'm sorry. I might have to have a moment here. Excuse me.
No, I don't want someone who's just, yeah, you're kind of pretty. No.
Oh, you're kind of pretty.
I want you to literally.
Oh, you're kind of pretty.
Literally, as soon as I wake up, I want you to.
Well, that's as bad as, you know, an American trying to. Hello, love. You kind of pretty. Over there.
Kiss my forehead. Tell me I'm the most perfect person you've ever.
Yes, I would do that, but you don't want me. So
on the planet.
So there you go.
Earth. And I want flowers. I want coffee every day. I want love. I want compliments. I want.
I mean, she might just be. You know, this might be a spoof, but I think she's cute though. Yeah, I'd give it to her.
Or some.
Oh, I'd give it to her. Oh my God. Probably lasts about 30 seconds. Maybe.
She will never say, oh, well,
maybe
my ex was a simp. No, they don't like simps.
Oh, hello. Hey, look, you want some fish and chips over there? Let's go. Whatever.
They just keep them around.
No, I'm terrible at it. I'm practicing, though. I just listen to Elizabeth Hobson's old videos. And it's like, oh, I'm from Liverpool. The Beatles.
For their money. Or for some benefit.
I literally want kisses on my toes, all right? That is
literally. I want kisses on my toes.
Or for some benefit.
Can I buy you a pint?
Literally want kisses on my toes, all right? That is exactly what I want. I don't think it's normal to be nonchalant. No, I don't want someone who's just, yeah, you're kind of pretty. No, I want you to literally.
No, she broke into the American there pretty good. Is she faking the English accent? There's a possibility.
No, I don't want someone who's just, yeah, you're kind of pretty. No.
Or she's pretty good at it.
I want you to literally, as soon as I wake up, I want you to kiss my forehead, tell me I'm the most perfect person you've ever seen on the planet Earth. And I want flowers. I want coffee every day. I want love. I want compliments. I want.
So she basically wants a simp, and after she gets this,
I'd be willing to simp for this one.
Then she
little fiery princess
dumps the simp for the bad boy. We're going to skip this video because it's very stupid.
I mean, I'd get up in the morning and make her breakfast and give her toes and flowers and shit.
Divorced men, hear me.
Okay. Hey, we got a little bit of a girl there. Going to give us some advice because it's the best thing they can do. Did you hear that? The organ got louder. Jesus came into the building.
I need your opinion.
I can't wait to hear this. This is going to be stupid. I like it. I like it a lot.
Just come back from a date.
I'm not divorced, but I'm sure I can help.
Another divorced man.
I mean, it's not hard to look at. She's out on another date. Now, these women don't even understand. For average guys, what do you mean another date? You mean the single solitary date I've ever had?
Okay.
Except for Saunders, who, wow, he's got dates all the time with corn cobs and shit.
Which is generally the way when you're in your 40s. So I have dated a few divorced men.
Sounds like a Manchester.
But my question is...
If I had to guess, Manchester.
Every man that I've met who has been married said they...
Could be Liverpool. But, you know, the Scousers up there, they're all... I mean, you know, Hobson, she hides the Scouser, but, you know, she is from Liverpool, where the Beatles... Oh, let's go down to the club. We'll see the lads.
Will not ever consider...
This might be Manchester.
...marrying again.
It's not like Newcastle. Newcastle's more like Scotland. This is, shall we say, the Midlands?
Yeah.
Is this just the men that I've met, or is this a general...
It's just the men I've met. I don't know what to do.
No consensus.
No. Okay.
No, you can still find very, very, very stupid men that want to remarry. But if you know the rate of divorce for a second marriage or a third marriage...
Oh, there was a point to what you were saying. I'm sorry. I was looking at it, trying to figure out accent.
You can still find...
Is the men that I've met, or is this a general consensus?
Might be. It could be Liverpool. It's maybe.
No, you can still find very, very...
But she's got eyes. She's got eyes.
Very, very stupid men that want to remarry. But if you know the rate...
She looks like a fun-sized girl, though.
...of divorce for a second marriage or a third
How you doing?
Marriage, and you're not the stupidest thing on earth, then you know not to get married. Yeah. Once a guy goes through divorce, 99% of men don't...
My name is John. I'm Paul. I'm Ringo. I'm George.
Even want to think about that happening again.
What have they done to you?
What have they done to you?
Some of us are lovely.
Oh my
No, you're
God.
not.
Some of these are lovely. It could be Liverpool.
But you're also divorced, so you probably took half of everything from.
We'll have to ask Elizabeth, the ultimate English redhead.
Your ex. Just ask him how lovely you are. He'll have a different opinion.
I put women want you to drop every bad habit.
Oh my God. We got ourselves here an evil
Lovely
man.
you are. He'll have
Like we got our
a
Nazis.
different
and shit.
opinion.
I
Whatever.
put women want you to drop every bad habit only to leave you once you do it. So why do
Yeah.
they want you to drop every bad habit? Because you're a utility to her survival.
Get ready for some wisdom. The Church of the Manosphere. Oh my God.
So it's not that video games and sitting there watching the football game is a turnoff. It's a turnoff because she looks at you as a utility and she goes, you could be spending this time better serving me by figuring out how to make more money. See,
Let's go back a little bit. Listen to that again.
and sitting there watching the football game is a turnoff. It's a turnoff because she looks at you as a utility and she goes, you could be spending this time better serving me by figuring out how to make more money. See, they don't want you to have your own pleasure. It's all about them. They only care about themselves.
And once she changes you into that simp that
It kind of sounds like a Canadian. Oi. Hey, babe, you got some moose head up there on the roof, eh?
does everything for her, then,
Go down to Timmy's and get me a thing with some poutine, eh?
oh, well, I don't love him anymore. Oh, but he's so nice. He's so loving. Yeah, but I just don't love him anymore.
I just don't
I
love him
want
anymore.
something new. I want.
He sits there and plays video games and doesn't pay attention to me 24/7. Oh my God. Oh no. It's the end of the world as we know it.
He's boring. Yeah.
This is their natural survival instinct, is to
Instinct.
fully have their own self-preservation.
It's their natural survival instinct.
This is their natural survival instinct, is to fully have their own self-preservation and their own survival instincts, because all they care about is not only themselves, but the survival of their future children. She does not care about you. She doesn't want you to have pleasure. She doesn't
care about you. You're just an accessory. It's like a new purse. I got a new boyfriend, and he's like a purse. Because he's useful.
doesn't care if you're
right now
happy. And you're sitting there playing video games.
I mean, this is really horrible to say about women. It really is. I don't like to say this about women because I like women. Women are fun. They're cool. And, you know, you can... How you doing? But it's true. They don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them. And if you're not fulfilling whatever needs they believe you should be fulfilling, they've already branched off to the next guy. How can you say that? You're evil. Life's experience, boys.
And she's going, how can I get this man to better serve me? How can I get him to work more and be ambitious so I have a better life? It's all about her. Once you show that you're able to be changed, she doubts your value.
I mean, I kind of get it in some ways. It's like, yeah, you're giving me dick. I can get dick anywhere. What else are you doing for me? Yeah, okay.
Value again, because
you look at it from the other side sometimes.
You show that you can be moved off center and you've listened to her words essentially, and desire drops anyway.
Hey, chat. What's the phenomenon?
Oh, what do we have here? We got here a woman who thinks she's really good looking, far above what she is.
Of middle-aged.
Ma'am, you don't have a chat. You have.
I mean, she's 8, right? When she was like 18 or 19. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. Now it looks like she's got a little bit of face work there. You know what I mean? She's got a little bit of. She's about 37, I bet.
People that leave you comments. Chat is when you're live.
I mean, she can get dick all day and all night. But
you're not live. You're recording a video.
Women telling single girls to settle. Every time, or 9 times out of 10, when I talk to a middle-aged woman, they will say, "Oh, you're single?"
What do you mean he just reminded me? Are you saying me, mystery man? Is that it? Glad you're paying attention.
Oh, it's because your standards are too high. Oh, it's because you're too picky. First,
Yeah, they're right.
So
well, maybe they're right. By the way, daylight savings time next weekend. Spring training starts soon, and the first baseball game of the year is in about 4 weeks. Love it.
I'm not even dating right now.
Maybe the Cubs will actually fucking win this.
So how could that be?
God only knows.
But I'm looking for someone who is like kind, educated, not a misogynist, racist, homophobic.
Yeah. I'm looking for everything, and I'm bringing nothing except an old, used-up gas.
You know, the normal.
Oh my God. Hamster, how could you be this evil? Well, I'm not evil. I'm just saying the thing. It's like, it's already used up.
Right now. So
okay.
Could that be? But
what do you bring to the table? Except herpes and other diseases.
I'm looking for someone who is like kind, educated.
Yeah. Just like 99.7% of every other woman in the world. Got it.
Misogynist, racist, homophobic. You know, the normals.
Right.
Okay, we're just going to skip this video because it's clear that she's a leftist and
she's a crazy leftist. Yes.
thinks all men are
And Manosphere, you're a Nazi.
evil.
A lot of people say
By default.
like dating is a numbers game. You have
Now, I kind of think this one's cute. She does have some caterpillar eyebrows, but I like her haircut. It's really
to go out and go on as many dates as possible.
Of course it does, because she did it.
And I actually
Didn't you hear the other woman in the video saying she had 73 first dates, 63, something like that?
don't believe in that.
Today is actually a really exciting day because we got to unfold one of these units right in front of a crowd of people full of nonprofit organizations.
Great.
There's a difference between going on a date out of
I
excitement.
kind of like that hair, though. I'm kind of into that. She's scabby. God. Vero, don't talk about cornflakes when Saunders is here. Hey, Saunders, just for you, I was working the old mixing board earlier, so we can get you on your own microphone. Just don't shove it up your ass. If you can help it. Golf is here. Hello.
Excitement and out of, I feel really happy and content with myself, but it would be great to have an addition to this versus.
I mean, the quality production you get here at the Hamster Channel it's amazing. I mean, you're getting the full deal.
Oh God, I'm 31.
This here's Father Saunders here in Nebraska. I'm just wondering if this was the full deal, I'd be getting some peaches here and some beers and some vodkas.
And I'm single.
Oh, you're right. It's not the full meal deal. But if you want to send me your credit card number, I can order you a pizza.
And if I don't go on 5 dates this week, I won't find my person, and then I'm going to end up alone, and then I won't be able to have kids. You know, the spiral. Anyway, I definitely went on some dates where I was like giving that desperate energy.
I mean,
of like needing their approval, needing them to like.
Yes, because that's what it's all about, kind of getting to like each other and shit.
Me to text me the next day, like.
The next day after what? I think we know, don't we? Boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom.
All that, and it was like, wait a second, am I actually into you, or just
did you actually give me herpes?
do I just want your approval?
Did you give me herpes?
And do I just want to feel?
Shirley, did you give me herpes?
You're maybe not so into him, but you don't want to be alone. That's it.
Wanted, and do I just want to feel certain that there's a path forward with someone?
I mean, unless this woman is really fucking toxic, and I mean really toxic, I can't imagine she can't get a dude to hang out with.
And am I looking to?
Oh wait. I keep forgetting. It's not any dude she wants.
Kind of like anyone to get that sensation. I think
She just wants that 97%.
those are important questions to ask yourself.
I would.
3%.
That's what.
Oh God, this one. Yeah, I looked this earlier, so assuming.
Why I always tell you guys you should have an abundance mindset.
But look at her. She's so cute. She's got green eyes and shit and whatever. And oh my God, I could make her happy with a corn cob up her butthole.
I was a little surprised when he took me up on it, but I got my wallet out. I brought it. I brought my card. You just don't see it very often where I offer to pay for half of the dinner or drinks and then he takes
Well, we fucking know that. So what's your point?
me up on it.
The older you get, ma'am, the more you will see stuff like this. Believe
I mean, I haven't been on a date, literally. And that's the last time I went on a fucking date. God almighty, when the fuck was that? 2001, maybe? Jesus Christ.
The whole finance part of dating is probably one of the most confusing parts for me. And
It's not confusing to me. You're a strong and powerful woman. You go, girl, boss, baby. You can pay for half of it. Now, if I were enamored with the right woman, I'd pay for it. But this one looks like slow Tuesday night. You know what I mean? Yes.
part that gives me the most anxiety. It is a little bit unfair of me to
Great. I love hearing these children give us advice. Don't you?
offer to pay half of the bill, but then when the guy takes me up on it, I don't talk to him again.
There's a shock.
It is a bit of a red flag if a guy doesn't pay for the first date.
Of course it is, because you want free shit. And you're not going to give up a little gargle in the knob there. You know what I'm saying? I just want free dinner and a concert and everything. But you can't expect anything from me because I'm a woman.
Do you expect it
Yeah, fuck that.
on the first date?
No.
But they all want equality.
And if
No,
you,
they want free shit. That's all they want.
you don't do it, I'm not going to talk to you again.
Okay. Gee, my heart's broken.
When you're on a date and the check comes, do you offer to pay?
Yes.
I think the most frustrating thing about
Although this one's cute, though. Oh. This looks like my little lost girlfriend, Laura.
dating right now is
Yeah, she was hot.
not
Okay.
feeling
was
like
hot.
I'm getting rejected. I fully do believe in the taxi cab theory. It doesn't matter how amazing this girl is if a man is not ready to settle down. Like
Okay, Laura. Yeah, whatever.
it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
Out.
True,
But as soon as he's
true.
ready, that's
It's not gonna work
that
out.
first girl that's there. That's who he's gonna be with.
No,
I don't know what she said. I don't care.
that's not true.
I
That's so
don't care.
stupid. Only stupid men think like that.
Oh God.
What, you're going to take the first woman? What if she has tons and tons of red flags? You're just going to ignore them and you're just going to marry her? Yeah, that's what happens in a lot of cases. And what happens next? You get divorced. And what happens next? Then you send me a message. Oh, my.
Yeah, Laura was cute, actually. She was very cute. Fun sized. She was. Yeah. Oh well. Hamster fucked that up. That it happens.
Wife was like this. Oh, my wife was like that. What can I do? You can't do anything, my guy. You should have seen the red flags from the start.
Red flags, right?
How are you getting married to the first
They're
woman
like
that you see?
beacons.
It's so
Oh,
stupid.
God. Well,
But what's
sometimes, Mr. Manosphere, men don't. They're not thinking with their heads. It ain't just the women to make stupid decisions sometimes, Can't put it all on them.
Frustrating to me is the fact that that's the one that you get a connection with. That's the one that you feel connected to, is the one.
No, he just tries more on that one.
Yeah.
But what happens is they fall in love, and then they ignore all the red flags.
All in love.
That's what happens.
Right.
That's why I tell you guys, don't be so emotional from the start, because you don't make good choices.
One that he's not ready. So honestly, nothing to do with me. I don't even, that's fine.
Right.
It's just that's the one that I had the connection with. The one that I have zero
Of course, he was tall, dark, and handsome. Got it.
connection with is fully in and wanting a relationship.
Right.
And it's just like, why?
Because he is a stud. And 97% of women are chasing him around, wanting his cock. Little Laura here. Come on now. You're cute, but you got to understand what the hell is going on. You know it. Come on now. Women are intuitive and all that. You got 100% of women chasing 3% of men.
Why is it the
What y'all think's going to happen?
one that isn't ready, the one that you feel the most comfortable with, the one that like
Because women always want the guy that they can't have. The guy that is detached. What do I keep telling you guys this whole episode?
I have a question for the men. Why
Oh. Hello.
do you go out of your way
Look at her. She's got those hand things on, though. You know what I'm saying?
to ask for a
Mm-hmm.
woman's number?
There's one time the hamster was I was in a bar, and this young woman came up to the hamster and said, "Hey, hamster, can I get your number?" The hamster was confused. It's like, I'm sorry. You want my number? She said, "Yeah, man. Give me your digits." It's like, are we gonna fuck later? Of course, I was hopeful. Yeah, I'll give you my digits. Can I give you my midget dick? Oh no. And then she said, "Yo, hamster, it's just a bachelorette party. Trying to get the most numbers we can get. I'm glad I could help." She was a cutie too. It's like, damn. I went home and jerked off. What are you
You
gonna do?
begin text messaging them. You say, "Hey, let's grab dinner. Let's grab drinks on Thursday
Jerked off. That's what I do.
or Friday or whatever."
Jerk that chicken. Oh my god.
You talk to them.
I love those hand things though. It's like with the fingers coming out. Oh my god.
Every day leading up to it, not all day.
Can I smell your feet?
Just like, "Morning, hope your day's going good."
Can I give you a corn cob? Are you from Nebraska?
Don't even have to listen to
Oh my
everything
God.
she's going to say. I'm sure that guy ghosted her. Ma'am, he found something better, a better woman, or maybe he just wanted to do something else. It's so simple.
I can think of a few things to do. Yeah.
Most women aren't worth it. So why would he want to spend his money on you? Yeah, he talked to you because he was bored.
But hamster, could you please give it to me? Yeah, I could.
It's so easy.
I was
No one has ever asked ever.
thinking about you, nothing crazy, right?
I like those hands.
I don't think you should be doing a ton of talking before you actually
Oh,
meet
yeah.
because
Don't worry, he was
I think that's like an 80s thing, though. Girls used to have those like little glovey things.
talking to other women
I guess she's old as fuck.
and
I don't
also.
know.
why invest the time if they could end up being a dud?
I'd give her my best.
But why are guys going asking
Hmm.
for girls' numbers and then they never pull the trigger? They never actually set a plan.
I don't know.
Why did you ask for my number?
Because you're kind of cute.
Because
Slow Tuesday coming up.
that's what players do.
Yeah. Now, there is some evidence to support that if they ignore you, you'll want them even more. I know. Oh, but that's psychology games. Why do you do that? I don't, but some guys do.
They talk to lots and lots of women,
Mm-hmm.
and then they decide who's worth it, who's the most worth it of their time, because they don't want to spend their time on something that it's not worth it.
She puts on those gloves, though. Yeah, I might have to go get a Kleenex. Tito, give me a Kleenex.
It's a numbers game, ma'am. That's what you don't understand. You weren't worth it. He found somebody better looking. Maybe somebody that is not better looking.
I mean, she's not bad, though. I mean, she's all right. She's all right.
But just was more available.
But the gloves, puts me over the top. I've got a boner right now, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Oh, God. I am going to cancel that. I hit the wrong button. Okay, it's getting late.
More willing to come to his place faster, sooner. That's it.
I don't care how rough life gets for you as a woman. Never, ever let yourself go.
I mean, this is good advice here. This is good. Same with if you're a man, keep that shit up.
Gets for you as a woman. Never, ever let yourself go.
Yeah. Keep doing your workouts, ride your bike, do your hikes. Yeah. You want to keep your body in physically good shape. Especially you young guys. Trust me, when you get older, it's a real pain in the ass. Well, especially if your name is Father Saunders from Nebraska.
A lot of people will say that looks don't matter. Just love yourself the way you are.
How can people say this when there are studies showing that if you look better, you make more money?
Yeah. People just are attracted naturally to people who are better looking. It's one of them goddamn evolutionary things. You know what I mean? It's the way it is.
You have more opportunities in life.
But I mean, gravity, it shouldn't work. It is what it is. Girlfriend.
Just because you look better. Of course, looks matter.
I think that's great.
I mean, she's cute. Hey.
Great advice overall. I think that
she might have, let herself get a little bit blimpy. Like I should talk. I get. I
men, that works a lot better because men can get away with not looking their best.
No, that'd be a no.
But I can tell you from the experience of being a woman who previously let themselves go and is trying to bounce back from that.
She also has a nice haircut. So, I mean, she's clearly getting, she's paying for that. I mean, it looks good.
I am telling you the quality of life that I had when I had more of pretty privilege.
Of course.
To now is drastically different.
Yeah.
Never had any pretty privilege here.
A lot of women do not realistically look at themselves.
Excuse me.
Drastically different.
Yeah.
A lot of women do not.
I'm not going to flip.
Now.
I'm not going to flip.
Is drastically different.
Yeah.
A lot of women do not.
Women. Women.
Quality of life that I had.
Plural. Women.
When I had more pretty privilege.
Of course.
To now is drastically different.
Yeah.
A lot of women do not.
Not going to flip. I'm not going to flip out. Women. Women. The plural. More than one woman. I'm not flipping. I'm not flipping. The plural of woman is women. The plural of man is men. More than one.
Not realistically look at themselves and are just coddled. If you've been a woman in male dominated spaces, you know that you've had to, if you've been a woman in male dominated
this woman obviously knows the difference. She just said it.
themselves and are just coddled. If you've been a woman in male dominated spaces, you know.
If you've been a woman, singular,
and are just coddled. If you
I never thought I'd be the pronunciation Nazi here, but God damn it. It must be that the feminists are teaching women.
You've been a woman in male dominated spaces, you know that you've had to look at yourself in a way that's very harsh.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately for me, I am aware of the fact that I have a level of pretty privilege where I'm not the most beautiful woman in the room, but like I have enough where it makes my life somewhat easier on a day.
I mean, she's cute enough. She's cute enough. Well, let's see here. Some comments, if I can read the goddamn things. John Smith, I used to zone out when they started talking. It was always over something petty. Yeah, I know. It's all, oh my God. Did you hear that? Jennifer, my best friend, didn't you know that? Oh my God, her new boyfriend, Chad, he's just, oh my God. And it's like, yeah. Well, that's terrible. It's awful. I'm glad we had this talk, sweetie. Can we go fuck now? What? Father Saunders says, tell me about your male-dominated space. This here's Colonel Saunders. I used to be in the Army, and I'm here in Nebraska now, and we like corn cobs up our corn cob pipes. You know what I mean? You ever understand? Now, when I was in charge of the all these men, I said, hey, boys, let's take a break. We're going to shove corn cobs up our asses. Yeah. Oh, God. Saunders, I love you, man. I just love giving you shit. All right, so there is the completion of the video. We've gone on for 2 hours. I think that's enough. Don't forget daylight savings time next weekend. Mother of God in heaven. This should be a good one. I can't wait to listen to it. Don't forget the meetup is coming up April 25th in St. Louis. And my name's Father Saunders. And I'm going to come to, I'm going to bring my own corn cobs here to St. Louis because I'm not trusting the corn cobs there in Missouri because I'm from Nebraska. All right, you fuckers. Have a good night. God bless. Thank you. We'll talk again tomorrow. All right. See ya. Bye.